And in other news, Matt Jarbo has been in a state of sheer ecstasy watching the downfall of his arch nemesis, Ethan Ralph. And he's been ranting on Twitter for days about how all the people that once called him out for his false flagging ways are now too afraid to talk to him. So, as one of the people that called out Mundane Matt, I decided to let him know that I was not scared to have a back and forth. We set up a call on Discord and began a conversation about a slew of different topics. The conversation started by addressing his new spin on the infamous Killstream episode where he was caught red-handed flagging videos. And, of course, we covered the recent events with Ethan Ralph. And don't worry, we still hate each other.
And okay, I'm good to go. Chatting with Drumr828 today about a number of topics. I'm assuming one of them is going to be Ethan Ralph.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can't talk about any of this without bringing that up.
Well, you said you wanted to talk to me, so I'm just kind of curious. I kind of figured it'd be about that.
Well, yeah, it's definitely revolving around that. The main question I have for you, because I keep hearing this, you know, I've been seeing, like I was saying earlier, I've been seeing a lot of you around more than recently. All the way to the point of hearing the claim that Mundane Matt has been redeemed. Do you believe that?
I don't care, to be honest with you. I don't give one iota of a shit about that. I buried that name in my backyard in a shallow grave. I don't fucking care. People keep saying it. I get that it's a meme. It's more of a joke.
You said it.
I've said it as a joke, but I don't give a shit, to be honest with you.
Because that's what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you, how does Ralph setting himself on fire somehow change what happened to you in the past?
Oh, nothing changes what happened in the past. That's the thing. You can never go backwards. You can always go forward. That's about it. So acknowledging the past is one thing. Not doing it again is another. Learning from your mistakes is the key factor. But you can never change what's already happened. We don't have the ability for time travel. And a lot of people like to hold on to the past, and they like to think that it's some kind of magical beast you can go back and tame when you can't. So there's no point of holding on to it like it's some kind of lost treasure. You're never going to get it back.
Well, I mean, let's be fair, Matt. It was a little bit of a treasure for the internet. That was quite an experience to see happen. I've never seen anybody come on at the beginning of a show and swear to God that they had never done anything, only to be proven to do it. Well, and then take a knee and call themselves a soy-filled bitch.
Well, you know what? It was not my finest moment, to say the very least. But at the same time, you know, some people had fun with it 100%. I definitely did. That.
I had a great time.
Oh, I know you did. You went out, you bought a T-shirt.
You're damn right I did, man.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, we can kind of go back and look at it. You were one of the first Gunt guards, one of the first Ralph Simps. I mean,
Gunt guards. All right, hold up now.
Man. I was. You went to Knoxville. You went to Knoxville, Drummer. You were out there. You were on
and I had with him. I had a blast out there. We had a lot of fun. And it seems like you were watching every move that we were doing, which I found to be a little odd. You were sitting in a room, getting really upset about some people that laughed at you, watching what we were doing.
No, not at all, man.
And how did you know I was in Knoxville? How'd you know what shirt I was wearing?
Because people
on a random day that wasn't even that important. Oh, someone sent it to you?
Yeah, I get sent a lot of stuff.
Somebody just sent it to me. I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention.
It doesn't change. Well, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that you still, upon going to Knoxville, wore the shirt in order to impress Ethan. And now Ethan has,
you know, my motivations. It wasn't because that was an amazing moment. I enjoyed having a shirt that made fun of you.
Sure. Yeah, I don't care if you bought the shirt, but it's funny for the motivations behind it.
You know my motivations, huh? Well, that's amazing.
Well, hold on.
We got psychic Mundane Matt. He's not just a false flagger. He's a psychic.
I'm a very observational person, and so
I guess you observed plenty of people making fun of you that you had to flag them, huh?
I only reported 13 videos, so you know what? I mean, there was
like
more than that about me. So there's that.
I made more than what?
More than 13 videos.
I think I made about 8. I think I made about 8, Matt.
I don't even really know. But
yeah, so you don't know, but you're gonna run your mouth about it, huh?
Well,
kind of like you think you know my motivations.
Well, dude, it's very easy to know your motivations when
it's not.
When you run in this circle. Yeah.
Who was the first one to call out Ralph and all this shit like over a year ago? That was me.
You called them out. I
called him out,
and then
the second I saw a problem. Listen,
and then now you're hitting me up wanting to talk to me because of this whole Ralph thing.
No, the reation no, don't get it twisted. On, man. Don't get it twisted, Matt. This is the chance. This is the chance. This is the chance.
The facts that we see.
Are you gonna just continue?
You called me.
We can just holler each other over all day.
I want you to acknowledge the timeline of events this morning. That's all I want. You contacted me.
I contacted. Do you think you know my motivations, and you're just going to continue to talk? Or are you going to allow me to respond to one of the myriad of things you've just said?
I'm simply laying out a timeline of events. That's it.
It's very special. Thank you for doing that, Matt. We're all very pleased to hear that. The only reason I've given you a chance to talk to me is because I've been one of the people that have made fun.
Chance?
Are you going to continue to talk? Are you going to continue to talk every time I try to make a point? Are you secure enough in your side of the argument that you can allow me to get a single point out without you talking over me?
I'm sorry. Allow me to bow to the modded Drumr828, ladies and gentlemen.
Bow down, bitch.
Opportunity.
Bow down.
Christ, dude. Get the fuck over yourself.
Bow down, Matt. Shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna talk now. Are you ready?
DMs going like, I don't like to wait, Matt.
Like, you're right. I don't like to wait, Matt.
So, owe you something? Come on, dude. I'm giving you my time for free. This shit's fucking funny.
You're doing me a favor, Matt. The only reason. Let me explain something. Let me explain something to you for 2 seconds.
Content is what I'm doing.
Okay, Matt. You've done nothing but talk this entire time.
Exactly. I'm really good at it. I'm great at it. So why don't you actually get to the fucking point you want to make rather than fucking try to posterize here in front of your audience? All right. Actually, fucking say what you want to say. Don't say I'm granting you the time. Fucking drop that nonsense and have a conversation.
Are you done?
You want it? Let's have it.
Are you done, Matt? Did you get it all out?
Let's go.
Okay, now it's my turn. The only reason I wanted to talk to you is to give you the fucking chance that Worski and Ralph won't. Because I was just the same as all of the other people that sat there and shit on you and fucking had a great time laughing at your fucking downfall back in the day. Because I think you got everything you fucking deserved. And I honestly, you deserve a chance to speak for yourself. So I was going to give you that opportunity. But you've come up on here and you've definitely shown your fucking ass in front of me.
Because you came at me in DMs with this fucking nonsense. Like, I don't like to wait. So you already had a chip on your shoulder going into this shit. Do you think
I should take a knee to you, Matt? Do you think you've done anything that would grant me taking a knee to you?
Why would I care if you take a knee to me, dude? I don't give a shit.
Well, you're here.
You clearly care
you're
about
fucking
me.
here.
You hit me up. You hit me up and asked me to come on and talk to you. And I said, I'll fire up a stream. You said you're going to do the same thing.
I said, I'm not afraid to talk to you, Matt.
Mistake.
They may be afraid to talk to you, but I am not afraid to talk to you.
Me. I don't care if you're afraid or not afraid. You still came to me, owned that shit. You came to me. You hit me up in DMs. You hit me up on Twitter. You came to me. Make no mistake. That's where we're here. That's why we're here.
So because I'm the one that made the first comment that said, you know what, I'm not afraid to talk to you. Well, now that's me being subservient to you.
I'm not saying you're being subservient. I'm simply laying out the facts.
That's fucking right. Don't ever get it fucking twisted, Matt. You know what the facts are? You were caught flagging. You were caught false flagging.
Yeah, I did.
You stood up in front of thousands of people and you swore to God. Oh, move on? I should let it go, huh? Sounds like you haven't let it go, Matt. Why are you going after Worski and Ralph now?
Because it's fucking funny. That's why.
Well, it is funny. I won't take that away from you there. It is funny. But it definitely sounds like you haven't gotten over it yourself.
It's not even about that, because I have, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be doing this if I hadn't gotten over it. I wouldn't be even remotely trying to make fun of this shit if I haven't gotten the fuck over it. The key thing here is when you look at the people that are involved in this situation, or even look at the facts of my side of the story, which you interviewed an old guy I went to school with who lied his fucking ass off multiple times.
So you mean that guy you were like, oh, he's a piece of shit and all that, and he lied about his injuries apparently, but how he got injured is he went to basic training and broke his back or something like that.
Yeah, and then he milked it for all that it was.
Oh, he's milking it. Have you ever done anything half as honorable as, trying to join the military or any kind of public service or anything? Let
me ask you this though, man.
No, you're just deflecting. Answer the question. Have you ever done anything half as noble as that dude?
Have I gone to join the military? No, I haven't gone to join the military.
You done anything worth a damn other than try to save yourself?
I've been a security guard at a casino. I might not be the same thing.
Well, I salute you, Matt, and your noble security guard duties.
Yeah, my honorable protecting of the people's money. That's how it works out. But see, here's the thing that you don't know.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
I was friends with this guy for years, so I know why he joined the military. It wasn't noble. It was money. That's why he joined the military. And when he hurt himself, he was able to then use it.
You don't think there's another way to get money than joining the military?
You don't know Mike. I do.
What?
I know him.
What do you know about him?
I know him for years. Dude, I met him.
He had some stuff to say about you that seemed to line up quite well with what we learned about you after the flagging. What he said about you is that you went around and you talked a bunch of shit about people, and the second they confronted you about it, you pulled the whole. It wasn't me. I didn't say that. Which sounds just like your whole flagging situation.
That specific incident that he's referring to is that a friend of his. There was a mutual friend that was more of one of his friends who was mad at him for the way he treated him, and we were talking about it, and that got back to him, and that's all it was. That's all it fucking was. But Mike is. So
you weren't talking shit about him, and then when he confronted you, you didn't deny it?
Because Mike was out there, like he was talking about this other guy was talking about Mike's wife, and about the whole situation.
So it was the other guy.
This is like 2007 shit, dude. It's not even fucking pertinent. The whole point is you talk to one guy who knows me. I had other friends of ours who went to school with listen to that shit, and we all laughed our fucking asses off because it was nonsense and we all knew it.
Oh, we are
the people who know him. We are the people who know him. You don't know him. You don't fucking know me.
Know him. He had a pretty good story to tell. I felt like sharing it.
He has a lot of stories to tell. He has a lot of stories to tell. Yeah.
So he lied.
I guarantee you.
You're saying he lied?
No, he's definitely one of those type of guys who's an embellisher. Like he embellishes.
He said the same thing about you. It's amazing.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he.
Are you an embellisher, Matt? Are you an embellisher? Really. You're not an embellisher. I'm usually
more of a downplayer. I usually downplay situations.
Like downplaying flagging and stuff.
Well, because, okay, if you want to actually go back to that specific line of questioning by Medicare on that specific night, what he asked me was, did I flag down Godwinson and did I flag down Dame Pesos?
And you flagged down Dame Pesos, absolutely.
I flagged Dame Pesos' later videos, but not the one in question. So
now you're splitting hairs, Matt.
I'm not splitting hairs.
I did not. People say I flagged Dame Pesos, but it's someone else. It wasn't me. I swear to God.
I did report him later on. I'm admitting to that. I did admit to that. The whole point of that situation was those questions.
Do you understand?
You're being dishonest.
I'm not being dishonest. Motherfucker, you're the one that got caught lying red-handed in front of thousands of people.
Go back and listen to the audio.
I've clipped this shit and shown it recently.
I'm sure you fucking have, but you're still not listening to what was being said. You're listening to what you want to hear.
He said, did you flag Dame Pesos? And you did.
I did not flag down Dame Pesos. None of the videos I reported went down.
You are.
Do you not pay attention to
you are so. You haven't changed a bit, man. I don't think you learned anything.
No, because the thing is, there was such a narrative built around me that most people don't know my side of the fucking story, because people like you like to propagate lies and nonsense because you're a simp for Ethan Ralph.
And now I'm a simp for Ethan Ralph. Do you understand?
A simp for Ethan Ralph.
Do you not understand? Over a year ago, when your boy Ear Juice, he's my friend. No, you don't get to stop me while I'm in the middle of my point, Matt. I'm talking right now. I'm talking right now because I'm making a point, and you're not going to stop me. Do you understand that?
That's fine. The
mic is mine.
Ooh. Okay, Mr. Hardcore Drummer, make your fucking point.
Are you ready, Matt? You called me a simp for Ethan Ralph. The second. You're gonna continue to fucking talk over me? Yeah, dude, you act like a t-shirt. Making fun of you was an embarrassing thing.
Giving him money. And that's you wore that to go meet him for the first time.
Can you bring up?
Wore that shirt. Can you go meet him for the first time?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You
want to know when I wore that shirt?
You wore it in Knoxville
when we did a stream after the fight was over and everything was done, and you were obviously watching, which is very fucking strange. And it was a shirt making fun of you, Matt. That's why I bought it. Yeah, it really seems to chap your ass.
No, you wanted to impress him, which is why you're so butthurt about him watching talking to me.
Dude, you understand? Back in 2018, I called Ethan Ralph out and predicted everything that's happening right now. I called it all out and predicted it. And then since then, I hadn't been cool with Ralph. So to call me a simp for Ethan Ralph when I'm the one that called him out, predicted everything, and then now all of my predictions are coming true, and I'm documenting everything. The fact that you want to call me a simp is your fucking spin. It's your bullshit, and it's another lie from Mundane Matt. Congratulations, Matt. The legend continues.
You ever given him super chats?
Nope.
Well, you definitely gave him money for a shirt, so that's still part of the whole thing.
No, okay, it's back to the shirt again, right? I bought a shirt making fun of you. If I could have bought another shirt from someone else making fun of you, I would have bought that in a heartbeat.
And then you would have.
And I know, I guess spending money for you is like a big deal too. You know, for me, it's a matter of a T-shirt. I saw a T-shirt making fun of you when I bought it.
It's so funny that you're so defensive. It's a
defensive. You're the one that brings it up.
You're the one that's defending it. Oh, it's just a T-shirt. It's just a T-shirt.
Okay, what do you want me to do? Concede your point? Oh my God, Matt, you're right. I bought a shirt. I should cry about it at night.
Hold on, but drummer, let's come on, man. Let's be fair.
Let's be fair now. You want to retract that or what?
No, I'm not going to retract it, but let's go back. We need to actually analyze the situation as a whole.
And you can analyze my dick. You ain't nothing but a fucking shyster. And you're running around taking a victory lap when you didn't do anything. You had nothing to do with where Ethan Ralph is right now or Andy Worski. You had nothing to do with it. You sat on the sidelines and fucking cheered. And you've taken a victory lap, Matt. And you know what? You took your licks for so long that you actually gained a shred of respect from me. I was like, you know what?
I don't care about you, drummer. I don't think about you. I don't know you.
Good.
I don't give a shit about
Good.
you.
I'm glad you don't care. I'm glad you don't care. You don't care so much you came on here to talk to me, huh?
No, I came on here to laugh at you for being an Ethan Ralph simp and a gunt guard and the person so butthurt that you're talking to me.
Oh God, I've never even talked to you, Matt. The only reason I wanted to talk to you is because no one else would give you a platform. Nobody else. Ethan Ralph and Andy Worski and all the other people that made fun of you would give you a platform. I'm at least man enough to fucking talk to you face to face.
So yes, exactly. So you are. That's true. Ethan will prank call me and then fucking.
Yeah, and that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. I don't like that. I don't like the prank calling shit. Listen to me. I don't like that prank calling shit. I don't like the doxing shit. Fucking whatever the fuck they did to you on top of just jokes is bullshit. And I think that shit was wrong. And I didn't participate in any of that. And like I said, you gained a shred of respect from me for taking your fucking licks. And I even think in certain cases, especially with the doxing and the fucking prank phone calls and shit, that it went overboard. I don't think you fucking deserved any of that. But it's what's gotten under my skin recently is, okay, I'll give you a victory lap. Even though you didn't do anything, even though that's not your victory to claim, we'll give you a victory lap. But listen, a victory lap is only one time around. But I keep seeing your ass going in loops and loops. And all you're doing is running in circles at this point.
Why are you watching me then?
It's kind of hard to fucking not see Matt Jarbo in all of the posts.
Very easy. You mute me on Twitter. You mute my name. You don't.
Oh, you see, I can't. I'm not like that, man. I don't do that.
So many ways. There's so many ways for you. You recently subscribed to my $3 Theater channel. I saw that in the sidebar. I thought that was interesting. I'm like,
I did actually. When you started piping up. Yeah,
so you clearly want to know what I'm saying. You clearly want to know what I'm about.
Yeah, I keep tabs on you.
Yeah, so that's you paying attention to me. I don't pay attention to you.
Okay.
See, this is the key difference here.
Yeah, you should probably stick to that theory when you're talking about what clothes I'm wearing and when I'm doing it and my fucking motivation.
All I'm doing is
you're claiming you don't care, but you seem to know a lot about my fucking inner workings of my mind, Matt Jarbo.
Yeah, I pay attention to a lot of shit. And here's the thing, dude. I'm not dumb. It's not hard to figure out people's motivation.
I don't know about that.
Okay, well,
you're the one that showed your report history after flagging everybody.
I did, and guess what? My report history hasn't changed in 2 fucking years. Not one goddamn iota.
We'll say it again?
My report history has not changed in 2 years.
Oh, I bet it hasn't, man. I really hope you learned your lesson there.
No, because that's the thing, is like I got fucking mad at idiots and I acted stupidly. That's been known and I've owned up to that shit. The key difference, though, between me and let's say Ethan Ralph is that like I went out, I got fucking therapy. I haven't had a drink of alcohol in over a year. I'm on antidepressants for my anxiety and I've been evening myself the fuck out and
that's good.
To better my life and my fucking family.
I'm genuinely glad to hear that.
Now, what's going on right now is the fact that this dude, again, if you go back and you look at it, Ethan and I have this very odd kind of relationship because that's how we met Faith. Is because Faith saw that Killstream episode and she talked to him that way. So as always, somehow I'm tied into Ethan and they keep bringing me the fuck up. So you know what? This is the thing. They keep bringing me up. I opted to keep my fucking self to the sidelines, work on my own shit. But after 2 years of this nonsense, fuck that noise. You come at me, I'm going to come back at you twice as fucking hard. There's way more dirt on them than there is on me. And I don't give a shit. This isn't about a redemption arc. This isn't about trying to fucking get back what I lost. I don't fucking care. I will burn it all to the goddamn ground.
Yes.
I don't give a shit.
Now hey, look, I like that. That mentality I can sympathize with, man. And
I'm not going to sit there and fucking take lies from fucking people, and I'm going to push back on shit. And that's including you for the shit you've said about me.
And what did I say about you that was a lie?
You reiterated all that goddamn nonsense.
I reiterated what? I reiterated what?
Hairs over fucking what was said or what was shown.
No, you're splitting the hairs.
I'm giving facts. I'm providing facts.
Facts like what? There.
Facts like the fact of the questions that were asked and my responses that were given.
You said you didn't flag anybody. I swear to God. That's a quote.
Flag anybody down. Anybody down. No videos went down. Dumbass. Listen to what I'm saying.
No.
The difference is in recording.
I'm not about to eat that bowl of shit you're serving me right now, man.
Because I'm right. And
because you're full of shit, man. You're talking about you're telling me I'm splitting hairs. You're the one that's like the word down. It was the word down. You know exactly what you went into that fucking show doing. You went in there to claim that you fucking didn't do shit, and you did, man.
I never touched
you did. If you didn't do anything, what did you apologize for?
I apologized for in that moment the shit that I had done, but not the shit that I didn't do.
There you go. You did something then, right?
Well, yeah, but not what I was originally.
Oh, shut up, man.
That's the difference here. You want to talk about?
You need to stop.
Things I haven't done?
Look, man, you could fucking actually have a redemption if you would just fucking own your bullshit, man.
I owned my shit, asshole. I'm just not going to sit there and fucking take claims for shit I didn't fucking do.
There's a difference. You're not. I'm not buying what you're selling, Matt.
I don't care. I lived it. I fucking know it.
I'm not buying what you're selling, Matt.
All right. Well,
you know what I think?
On your bike, make a video.
Now you're gonna talk. Let's talk about my bike some more, man. My bike's pretty fucking cool. I like it.
That's cool, man. I don't fucking care how you make your goddamn content. All I'm saying is, in my side of things, I don't really pay that much attention. Shit gets shown to me quite often, but I don't dive into it.
Somebody showed it to me.
Yeah, because people have been paying the fucking attention.
Showed it to me. I hear that quite often.
No, that's the truth of it. I have 2 kids. I have a house. I have jobs. I do shit. People send me stuff when they find it funny.
Now, let me ask you this, man. In an honest question, what do you think? Why do you think Ralph and Worski, why do you think they won't talk to you now?
Because I will fucking call them on every goddamn thing that they've done. Every goddamn thing that they've done.
I think it's bullshit. I think if you're going to run somebody through the dirt, you should at least face them.
Sure. That's fine. I agree with you on that one. The problem with it is, though, is that Worski is such a fucking little bitch. And I say that to his truest intent. That, like, we were DMing the other night, and I'm like, dude, have me on your show. Like, you're going to fucking call me. You're going to fucking call me. You're going to have Kyler fucking fake being this investigative journalist. Have me on your show. Let's fucking talk about this. He blocks me immediately. Then he fucking plays Flight Simulator and he flies it into my fucking house. And I give him shit for that. Because it's the stupidest thing on the fucking planet.
No, that's bullshit. That's got to be the most creative way to dock somebody. Like,
it's retarded. I didn't even know about it until literally I was sent the fucking screenshot the next night. So I roasted him over it. Then he unblocked me in order to respond to it. I DM'd him again and said, why don't we fucking go on your show and talk about this? Or why don't you come on my show and talk about this? And then he blocked me again and went on this crazy fucking rant with Kyler for 4.5 minutes. Where they're trying to and all this shit.
Stand this Kyler dude. Where the fuck did he come from? Where did he come from?
I don't know. Is there an origin of cancer? Like, that's how I kind of view that. I mean, the dude literally looks like he does drive around with a van that says free candy on the side. He really does look like the kind of guy you would see in a horror movie that, like, oh yeah, that dude's the rapist. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he looks like. And he's got personality. He's got no game. And he just vapes constantly into his fucking microphone. And I'm sorry, look, man, you got to agree with me on this one. What the fuck is up with 480p? Have you noticed that on their shitty ass stream? They can't go better than 480p.
I don't know why.
That bothers me. That bothers me. As a person who does YouTube and deals in high definition, for some reason that does get under my skin. Like, come on, have some fucking respect, Andy. Put on a little bit of makeup, cover up the fucking coke acne that you've got on your fucking forehead. Shave off that goddamn stupid man bun because you're not goddamn fucking Red Bar. And stop barking like a circus seal. This is the stupidest shit I've ever fucking seen. It is. It really is. Like, I don't like your content, but you at least put out more thoughtful content than they do.
Well, thank you.
And most likely suck 1,000 dicks in a row if it got him just a smidgen of Lino that he could use to buy his house in Portugal. He would have no problem just slurping it down like a fucking drink. Like, that's the kind of shit that comes out of those guys. Ralph, he's a fucking busted ass alcoholic, dating an 18-year-old that he released revenge porn on, who now has that over his fucking head.
Let me ask you about that. Have you seen what's his name, Mr. Vickers' website yet?
Oh yeah, I covered it last night.
Rad Roberts.
Yeah, I covered it. I know. I'm an e-celeb. I'm very well known online. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, did you say this while you were in jail? Oh my god, what are you doing, Ralph? What are you doing? That's what he does. Like, that is the ego. That is such the narcissistic ego. And I know what it's like to have an ego and fucking break that shit. But it's so funny when he actually wrote this as a fucking correspondence. Like, I'm very well known online. Holy shit. Now you're known for having a small dick and revenge porn. Like, there's no coming back from this for Ethan. I don't think even you, as a former friend, could even see a redemption in this particular situation.
It's gonna be hard. I don't know. It's just once you pass a certain level, and you're finding yourself needing to prove shit to your enemies constantly, I think you're stuck in a downward spiral at that point. It's not a good place to be.
It's not. I mean, everyone was telling me a couple years ago, you should quit. And I'm all like, nah, I'll step back for a bit and I'll work on other stuff. And then, like, I was doing other shit at the same time. The key is to find something to do outside of YouTube. But Ralph's got nothing else going on. Convicted felon. He's got such a name that's run into the mud. I mean, association with white nationalism, with Richard Spencer, Milo Yiannopoulos. I mean, Mark Collette is a frequent guest on the show. I mean, that's only going to blow up in his fucking face. And now he's trying to become this, middle of the ground road commentator because that's what Dick Masterson does.
Yeah, I think he was trying to expand his audience. He started bringing in a lot of different people, and you're right, playing middle of the road kind of shit. But that's not his strength, and I don't see it going that way. I don't know what he's gonna do, but it doesn't look good. I'll say that. The thing is, Ralph has nowhere else to go, though. He's a convicted felon with no work experience. He's got nothing else, so I don't see him leaving. He's not going to go anywhere.
I don't see him leaving, but I see him eventually doing what he does, which is self-destruct. And he's gone off of YouTube. He helped take down Stream Me. I mean, to the point of where they nuked that entire platform because of Ralph. Ultimately, now he's on DLive. They won't talk shit about China because DLive is owned by China. So even though, like, I happened to catch a bit of it, what Phantom Organization was restreaming Ralph last night, I tuned in for a minute while I was doing deliveries, and they're talking about the Steve Bannon thing, and they won't mention China at all, which is the boat that fucking Bannon was found on. It was a Chinese boat. So it's like they won't mention it. They're afraid to talk about China.
Yeah, DLive is Chinese.
Exactly. So it's like they're getting themselves back into an ideological corner. They're not going to be able to talk about certain things as these things are happening. And all he's going to do is sit back and he's going to fucking pour whatever booze he's got in that Coke can, make you think it's Coca-Cola when it's really booze.
Take a little sips.
Yeah, and you can totally tell. Like, I saw someone go, "Yeah, he's really drinking soda." I'm like, no, you don't sit there and take little sips of a time out of a soda can. It doesn't. No, that's not what you do. This is where he is, and I'll tell you, I'll be honest. As much as I hate the guy, and I fucking hate him, and I have good reason to hate him, I feel bad for him. Because there's such an emotionally broken person that has never had a solid male role model in his life. Well, and every time he gets close to one, they fuck him over, or he fucks up and they leave.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's his fault for fucking it up. But I don't know if you read aborttheretort.com, the whole story. It's a chronicle by Matt Vickers, is that his name? Matt Vickers. Yeah, Matt Vickers. It's Faith's dad, and he just breaks down everything that's been going on behind the scenes from his perspective, and then the things that he's experienced, and it's fucking crazy. And I said this a couple days ago. I started this thinking that Faith chick was probably the victim, but I think now at this point, I think she's holding Ralph hostage. I think so too. I think she's got dangerous dirt on his ass when it comes to that whole revenge porn possibility, and he's done. He's got to hold on to her now, because if he lets her go, he's fucked.
Man, I mean, no, it's very true. It's not even if he really lets her go, because I think at some point it's going to kind of naturally come to its own conclusion.
Well, yeah, she's going to cheat on him.
She's going to cheat. Yeah, she already was. And you know, and then he was out there saying like, oh, I don't want her back, you know, according to the dad, like he's trying to break up with her to urge her to go back home, but she's calling him relentlessly. Every opportunity she's calling him and calling him. This is after the revenge porn came out. So, you know, like I think she realizes that she's got him because she's a person that seeks that kind of control. There's been rumors, I don't know how true they are, that she's got some kind of humiliation fetish, that she likes to have the boyfriends be humiliated. I mean, and Chris, a halfway crook, he's kind of like that. You know, he still wants her. He still wanted her after she went to Virginia, and she was clearly living with Ralph. He couldn't believe that this was happening, and because she was lying to him the whole time. So she manipulates men who have, you know, teenage mentalities, which, let's be fair, Ralph does. And it's, you know, but the other side of it too is Ralph equates sex with love. So if they're together physically, then
and doo-doo.
Well, didn't he? And I heard this today because someone told me this today, that when he was in Knoxville, he got a hooker. Or maybe it was Miami.
That came from Geek spilling the beans on Worski.
Okay. Oh, Geek said that. Okay. I mean, so I guess the source on that is kind of so Worski got the hooker or Ralph got the hooker?
No. It was Ralph. But okay, we got all the info on that when Worski just kind of ditched Geek and went over to hang out with the kill stream.
Yeah.
And Geek was like, yo, what the fuck? I've been waiting on you like to come back. You come back. I was here for you. I did everything I could to help you. The second Ralph, you know, calls you up, you just ditched me. And that's when I was like, all right, motherfucker, I got to talk about this. I mean, I'm not even buddies. Funny. I'm not even buddies with Geek. But I know how much fucking Geek did for Andy, and for Andy to just leave him in the dust. I was like, dude, that's fucked.
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen with this situation. I mean, as soon as Andy can find a way to make the subcultured or the twisted mind of Andy Worski somewhat sustainable without the kill stream, and they are making good money on there. Like, there's no denying it. They are making good money.
Do you think there's a weird thing going on about where this money's coming from?
Oh yeah, I've said this for a long time. My theory, and this is just my theory, is that in 2018, when the Worski Live was hosting all the right wing shows. And there was money coming in, like more money than you would expect to come in these situations.
Yeah.
My theory was that at the time you had alt-right people that were trying to bring alt-righters into the mainstream. And they were using these right-wing shows on YouTube through super chats to enforce that narrative. Because, you know, let's be fair. You and I are both YouTubers. If a super chat comes in, we're thankful for it. And we also talk about what they say. And it's not hard to dictate the conversation if you are putting money into the conversation to keep people on the subject you want them to talk about. Then psychologically, the YouTuber will then go, well, that worked for me. I made all this fucking money. That's the direction I got to go. And then they'll find a way to bring more of those people on and further push that into the mainstream. So I think there's a lot of money laundering that was happening. I have no proof of any of it. It's just the theory that I've been working on.
I don't know. It seems strange.
Well, even on D-Live, it's like all this money comes in. You know, Ralph made $500 to shave his head the other night.
The fuck?
Like, isn't that just weird? Yeah, they bullied him. Gator and Bibble, I think, bullied him into shaving his head. And then he's like, oh, I'll do it if I get like a Ninjini or Ninjet, whatever the bigger one is. And then like 3 of those came in within a few minutes. And then more lemons and more Ninjets or Ninjinis, whatever. And he got it for like about $500, and then he shaved his head. So it's like,
man, I don't know. There's something weird there.
There's some weird shit going on there. And I think that whoever's sponsoring him, and I do think he's got a bit of a background sponsor, I think it is tied to the right, which is why he's not going to be able to get away. You know, we see this. I mean, we know that there's a lot of money spent on advertising in politics. But now when you look at the fact that social media has such the reach that it does, and we know that more people get their information through social media, and more people are watching YouTube or listening to podcasts because it's direct contact with that person. Putting money in is going to be a really easy way to get that person to sponsor that content and therefore put it out to their audience in a way that comes across as acceptable and very endearing, you know, because this person that they trust is talking about it. Therefore, they subconsciously trust it more.
Okay, well, I don't know about all that. I mean,
it's some weird, yeah, it's
a theory.
I got no evidence. I got no evidence of it. I all I do is I look at it and I know YouTube as a platform very well. I've gone to multiple trainings. I've talked to multiple engineers and asking questions about what's going on in the platform. And the platform is completely fucked 100%. It's all compartmentalized. No one knows what either hand is doing. They're trying to make it work, but it's clearly not. But then you look at like how they push the money and how YouTube it makes it very easy to get outside money coming in because all you need is a credit card and you can easily go get one of those from the store and just load it up with money from some bank account somewhere. And it wouldn't be hard to financially put money in to run money through, and YouTube takes their 30% cut and they don't give a fuck where the money comes from.
Yeah, it's a theory. I don't know how I don't know. I can't run with anything that on that level. I just don't know enough about it, but
yeah, no, it's true.
It just seems weird. It seems like there's too much money running through it. It's not that. I don't know. I just don't see that being a legitimate amount of cash to be flowing through.
Well, there's also like other avenues of cash as well, right? So you have like, it's not just super chats, although those are a big factor. You've got like the different tipping companies like Streamlabs, or I don't know what else anyone else uses. You've got like Subscribestar, you've got Patreon, which is not hard to launder money through Patreon because they use PayPal, and that's very easy to do. You've got, all these different avenues of funneling money in, and the only money that we know is like public is what people showcase either through super chats or through the lemons on DLive or Patreon. But we don't know what comes in through direct donations. We don't know what comes in through merchandise sales or any of the other avenues. So especially podcasting is a big one, because podcasting, and Ethan talked about this a while ago. I saw this post from him and he goes, oh, the kill stream got like 77,000 listens this month. And he was really happy about that. But if he's got advertisements on there through whatever company, I don't know if he does or doesn't, like that is a lot of people to directly market to. And there's so much fucking money in podcasting. They put more advertising money in podcasting than anything else right now because of that direct connection.
Oh, I'm getting bored to sleep here. This is the part where it's just like, I don't know. We're throwing shit up in the air now.
This is what I do. This is what I do.
What?
I pay attention. I read. This is what I do.
Well, that's neat. I mean, good for you.
Well,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I can't say you're right either. So I don't really know.
I'm not saying I'm right either. I'm just looking at it and coming to a conclusion. Okay. But it's all hypothesis. It's all theory.
I've just noticed a large amount of money flowing through, and I've heard people talk about the whole fact that, yeah, it is. I've heard the money laundering idea come up before. I don't know. I just haven't spent much time thinking about it. Apparently, you have. And there was a lot of shit you just delved out there, which I'll have to look into myself. But
this is what I was doing since 2017. Was just paying attention, okay. Not to people, but to the platform and to different platforms, and to trying to understand the data better, because I've always found it to be an interesting subject to look into, because of how much of our sphere relies on it, and how much of our sphere is now dependent on it, and how easy it would be to manipulate. It's like, for example, and again, this is not to derail, but it's like, look at the 2016 presidential election. Right?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm just giving a surface level thing here. The media, whether you believe them or not, were like Facebook and Twitter were what was predominantly being targeted by the Internet Research Agency. That's what they said. That's what our intelligence agency has said. That's what they say. But they always focus on Twitter and Facebook as being the key factors. Well, I'm like, why don't you guys ever talk about YouTube? 2 billion monthly active users. It's easy.
Well, YouTube's the competition. Anything mainstream news outlets or anything like that, they don't want regular people to have a voice.
And they never talked about YouTube at all in any of that. And I'm like, how easy is it to build somebody up? I know that during the 2016 presidential election, because I wasn't big on Hillary, I was moderate towards Trump. I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I gained a fuckload of subs and I made a fuckload of money, like a fuckload of money. And then when I started criticizing him because I didn't agree with his policies, then I started losing all of that.
Well, yeah, you're going against the grain there. That's not the flow.
That's not the play. People don't want to go against the grain. Me, on the other hand, I'm a bit of a contrarian, so that kind of happens at times. So, but that's what I'm talking about. Is like there was so much that went into that, and it got me thinking like, how many other people are like this? And I talked to a lot of YouTubers, and I know a lot of YouTubers that have privately said that they're deathly afraid of their audience because they are afraid to go against them because the audience dictates what they make. The audience dictates if they pay their bills. The audience dictates everything. And so
that's a shitty position for anybody to get into in the first place. I think if you're looking at YouTube like it's going to be your fucking job, you're retarded. You can work at McDonald's and make more money than most people make off of YouTube.
Yeah, that's actually pretty true. You can make more money doing Uber Eats delivery than most people can make off fucking YouTube. You know, I'm just saying I can speak to that wholeheartedly. I make really good fucking money doing it. And
you're not going to have to worry about some weird moment where you get called out and exposed for some shit, or you get drunk and you have a fucking episode. Go get a real job. If you need money, get a real job. There's no shame in the game. Go do it. But this fantasy that YouTube's gonna be your fucking chance to finally make it, I think the more people that believe in that, they're fucked.
Well, to be fair, and this is only because YouTube was putting that out there a number of years ago, and they've never really walked back that statement. In fact, they still very much actively kind of push the idea that anyone can do this and anyone can be a millionaire. They basically they now
that's why they promoted all those rich YouTubers that show off their mansions and shit. That's like, that's what that's about. That's pushing the narrative that come here, engage in this thing and make us some money and you'll be rich too. That's the biggest lie I think YouTube ever pushed.
Yeah, no, they really did. They really did. And I've gone to their headquarters in LA. I've gone to their events at VidCon, and they put a lot of money in. They fucking put a lot of goddamn money in. I mean, it's like fully catered and full bars and tons of gift bags and all sorts of shit. And they pump the money in to keep those people, on the platform, but they all still make so much cash. And now YouTube actually, I don't know if you know this, YouTube actually has their own sponsorship company. They bought FameBit a couple years ago, and are now curating which YouTubers will get sponsorships. And these come with we're talking like 5-6 figures because of how big they are and how much of that direct connection they can make with the audience. So there's so much money at play that everyone's got their fingers in it in some way or another. And it's interesting. It's really fucking interesting.
Well, I have to look into that. Well, Matt, I think we should wrap it up, man. We've gone pretty far off course here, but I got to say it was interesting to actually get a chance to talk to you. And like I said, I've run your name through the fucking mud. I thought it'd only be fair to confront you face to face, at least have a talk with you for once. And it seems like the other people that have done that haven't. Outside of Earjuice has been trying to get me to be buddies with you for a while, and I'm like,
Earjuice and I talk. He's a good dude. I like Earjuice.
I've been telling Earjuice to fuck off when it comes to that shit.
Well, Earjuice has talked me into working with Jarbo the Hutt, so that's going to be fascinating.
Really?
I'm doing that for I'm going to be doing the actual vocals for another rendition of Better Than Me.
Oh my god!
But I am changing some of the dialogue, just because I'm changing some of the dialogue. Some of that's what sucks. I'll tell you this, there's a line in there where people bring up that whole story of when I was 15 and in church and the girl lied about me. And they like to, I have to reiterate that because people think I was in my 20s or some shit, which is not true. And she fucking lied about me. So they bring that up constantly. One of the things Jarbo the Hutt
did she lie?
Yes, 100%. Are you kidding me? That shit fucked me up for years, dude. I did not want kids. I fucking was I don't want to be
I don't know, man. The story was kind of weird. You were like, dude, she told me she wanted me to put my seed in her. I was like, that does not sound like a 13-year-old girl, Matt.
No, she didn't say. I did play that up then for that. But what happened was she legitimately was working in the school, in the church nursery. And she was a former Jehovah's Witness.
All right, we don't need the whole story again.
I'm just saying she was like, I want a baby. I want you to give me a baby. And
that's
I'm like,
fucking weird.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. We were gonna wrap this up.
It was a long time ago, but it was just anyway. There's a line in. There's a couple lines about that that's in that song, and I'm like, I'm gonna change those lines because it's I'm not gonna sit. But the problem though, and this is where it sucks, is the one bar where I guess my voice, I asked a question oh, did you punch her in the face or use a knife like I did?
Yeah, it's a killer line.
It's a fucking good line. I can admit that. It's a good line. It's not true, but it's a good line.
Would and I'm like, it's not true.
I'll call you an Uber. I'm so conflicted because it's like, well, I'll tell you this and we'll wrap it up. I don't mind the art. You know what I mean? Like, if the thing with the last 2 years has been very fascinating is that people have created a lot of art. There's been 2 musical albums made about me, tons of memes, tons of other things like that. And I appreciate, as weird as it is to say, I appreciate the art. I appreciate the work that goes into it. Yeah, it's weird, but it's like I've never been mad at the memes. Like, I literally, called my podcast Boulder Talk Radio using the image of me as a uniboulder because I think it's fucking brilliant. It was so fucking funny, and I've always really liked it. So I appreciate the art. Even if it's extremely scathing of me, I can still find the value in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Weird, right?
All right. Anyway, Matt, it's been an interesting conversation.
I agree.
But like I said before, when I thought we were wrapping this up, thought it would only be fitting to give you a chance to at least say something for yourself. Like I said, I've run your name through the fucking dirt before, and I'm not afraid to fucking talk to you face to face. And I give you props for fucking not being afraid to talk to me face to face.
Well, we're both better than Ethan Ralph and Andy Worski.
All right. I still don't think we like each other, though, right?
No. Oh, God, no. No. I don't want to make this a regular thing. I'm not a fan. And you're not a fan either, and that's perfectly fucking fine.
All right. We'll agree on that point, then. We don't like each other.